David Shaw here with another off-the-record story. If you want to learn more about Washington, D.C., come visit my site, offtherecordtours.com. Let's go. It's St. Patrick's Day, and I thought I'd share with you some interesting Irish people and places associated with Washington. Perhaps the Irishman with the biggest influence on how Washington looks is James Hoban. An architect born in Ireland, he came to the U.S. after the Revolution. George Washington was impressed with the work Hoban did in the South and encouraged him to submit an entry in the competition to design the White House, which he won. Hoban enslaved 3 people who worked on the project. He also worked on the Capitol and Octagon House and served on the D.C. City Council.
Let's pass this legislation without any discussion whatsoever.
He's buried in D.C. at Mount Olivet Cemetery. Robert Emmet is one of the best-known martyrs in Irish history. Emmet wanted to be the Irish George Washington and rid Ireland of English rule. In 1803, he led a revolt to do just that, but it failed spectacularly. He was executed shortly after a sham trial. You'll find a statue of him, done by the Irish sculptor Jerome Connor, in a small park on Embassy Row. Every year on the 4th Sunday in September, a commemoration of his life is held here. John Barry is remembered as one of the fathers of the U.S. Navy. He was an Irish-born sailor who fought in the American Revolution to end English rule here. I'm getting the impression that the Irish don't care much for the English. Barry was the first naval officer commissioned by the Second Continental Congress, and he commanded several ships during the war. This statue was dedicated in 1914 and is in Franklin Square along 13th Street Northwest. In a previous episode, I explored the Nuns of the Battlefield Memorial. It was erected by the Ladies' Auxiliary of the Ancient Order of Hibernians, a fraternal organization of American Irish Catholics. Its remembrance of the nuns that ministered to wounded soldiers on both sides of the Civil War also represents how Irish Catholics, once scorned as members of a suspect religion and vilified as immigrants by the Protestant establishment, rose in esteem and political power in our country. The sculptor again is Jerome Connor. Starting in 1845, Irish refugees and immigrants arrived in Washington in large numbers to escape the potato famine. They often lived in the Swamp Puddle or Swamp Poodle neighborhood, which today is called Noma, short for North of Massachusetts Avenue. There are a few theories on how Swamp Puddle or Poodle got its name. First off, it was one of the few places in the city that could be swampy. Tiber Creek, essentially an open sewer, flowed through it. And when it rained, the banks overflowed and it was a mess. There was also a street gang called the Poodles. It was a rough neighborhood, no doubt, but many of the construction workers that built the city lived here. So what better way to remember Irish contributions to our nation's capital than a short walk from what used to be Swamp Puddle and having a Guinness at the Dubliner. Sláinte. Well, I hope you enjoyed that off-the-record story. If you want to learn more about Washington, D.C., things seen and unseen, arrange your tour of your nation's capital at offtherecordtours.com. Until then, I'm David Shaw.